निखिल हो गया, मैं डाइग्रेस होके कहीं चली गई हूँ. Why am I talking about it? Actually, I wanted to say, who says a quick contest? Okay, ready?
It's on.
Hello people and welcome back to my channel Alive to Tell a Tale. My name is Sharmishta and today I am back with another video. Or should I say a series? I say series because for those of you who don't know, who are new on my channel or who have been reaching out to me on Instagram and LinkedIn and over an email also lately, have been watching my videos from 2020, where this is exactly when I started the channel, and I started making videos about study in Ireland. The whole playlist now is 4 years old, and I thought no better time than now to come up with a revised version, a most updated version, a more relevant version, because so many things have changed ever since. India has changed, Ireland has changed, I have changed as a person. Back then I was a student, full of bad experiences when it comes to my visa application, my part-time jobs, or my housing problems in Ireland. But today I am a whole new person. I'm not a student anymore. I've gained some work experience. I have relocated to Dublin this time after getting married. And in this whole process, over the past few years, I have spoken to hundreds and hundreds of students who have reached out to me through my channel. I've also helped quite a few students to come to Ireland. For those of you who don't know, I offer personal consultation. If you are someone who's looking for end-to-end assistance, right from scouting for universities and courses, applying for your visa, end-to-end assistance with studying abroad, then I'm your person. Go down, fill the Google form, and someone from my team will get in touch with you. Although I would say that if you haven't given your IELTS exam yet, then please go and give that first and then come and fill the form, because without IELTS, this starting this process is not going to be of any use. So first prepare for your IELTS, give your IELTS examination, come up with a score, and then go and fill the form, and someone from my team will get in touch with you. Right, getting back to the video. Now that this playlist that I started in 2020 is a little bit outdated, and the reason for starting this whole study abroad series was with the intention to help students. There were a bunch of creators on YouTube when I was researching, when I wanted to be a student here in Ireland, and most of them would only highlight the brighter sides of living here and studying here, but nobody really talked about the other side of the coin. And on the other hand, I thought that I was the only I was questioning if I was the only person who was going through bad experiences, whether it was with part-time jobs, looking for a house, coping with assignments at universities, or even visa rejection, which is one of my most viewed videos, which I'll leave the link for you here. But the intention hasn't changed over the years, and I thought now is a good time to start a new series where I start from scratch. And today is going to be the first video of this series where I am going to try and help you guys to answer a very simple, basic, yet the most important question, which is, why do you want to do your masters abroad? If this question is answered, then everything follows. Now, why answering this question is that important? Because maybe doing your masters is important, maybe doing your masters abroad is also important, but doing it for all the right reasons is what matters the most. Now, you could be doing your masters for all the right reasons or all the wrong reasons. And I say this because I did my masters for all the wrong reasons. I had a stable job, I was working at a multinational company. Although it was an entry level role, I worked there for about a year and a half. But I went ahead and applied for a university in Ireland just because my friends were. I got into the university very last minute. Although I knew that the admissions were closed, my consultant had warned me that there may not be many seats available, but I made it because of my merit or my cover letter or whatever was the difference making document in my application. I got the admission, and how I wish that I rejected that admission back then, but I didn't. All my friends were going, everyone I knew were taking the next step in their life, and I felt like I was being left behind. So I just, what else would one need? You have an admission, you have someone who is sponsoring your education, your family is ready to allow you to go, and what more does one need? So I just went ahead with it. But 1 year's work experience in today's world is equal to nothing. So that's why whenever students reach out to me saying I'm a fresher and I'm going to apply for my admissions, what do you recommend and stuff, I straight out tell them that this is not the time. If it's absolutely necessary and you've made up your mind, then go ahead for it. But if not, what I would recommend is stay where you are and gain some work experience before you continue your further education. Now, there's one important myth that I'd like to bust. Everyone thinks that getting degree after degree is what is going to get you brownie points on your CV. Let me tell you, no one cares. No one cares where you're coming from. No one cares which university you have studied from, what course you've done. By the end of the day, your skill set is what matters. Your CV might get you through an ATS or can get you that first HR call, but after that, when you're actually interviewing with actual human beings, it's your skill set that has to shine. So assuming that 10th 12th kar liya, then bachelor's kar liya, now it's time for masters and this is the way to go, then no, that isn't going to make your life better. Neither is it is going to increase your job prospects. Your job prospects are only going to be increased with valid work experience, the right skill set, and then the right degree. So I am here to tell you guys what are the most right reasons to do your masters abroad and what are the wrong reasons to do your masters abroad. My intention here is to lay it out all for you so that you can make an unbiased decision. You know your background, you know what's at stake. My intention is to not encourage you to go ahead and do this, and my intention is also not to discourage you. My intention is to lay it out all for you so that you know what your reason is, if it falls in the right category or not. So let's get started. Let's start with all the wrong reasons to do your masters abroad. The first one would be peer pressure. Same as me, do not go ahead and do your masters just because everyone else is. You are not being left behind. Now, I understand that it's very, very natural to feel like you're being left behind while everyone around you from your college gang or your friends talking about giving their IELTS exam or applying for universities in the US or Australia or Canada or Ireland for that matter, and UK now. People going out shopping, before they take that flight. It's very easy to feel like you're being left behind, you're not doing anything, everyone is taking the step forward, but you do you. Everyone's journey is very different. It's important for you to understand that when is the right time to take that step forward. It's also very easy to fall for things when you see it online. People you knew went abroad, bought a car, bought a house, are doing a great job, making a lot of money, sending home a lot of money. Looking at all this, it's easy to feel like you're being left behind, but you don't want to regret your decision a couple of years later, just like I did. So it's very important to not fall for peer pressure. Know when to take that step forward. When is the right time to take that step forward? This brings me to the second point, which is thinking of doing masters abroad because you think that you'll become a money making machine. Now, yes, people who finally make it abroad do end up making a lot of money. They end up saving a lot of money. They end up sending a lot of money home. Things back in India start changing for their family. Things start changing for them wherever they are located, whether they're buying a car, they're buying a house, living a great life. But at the same time, you cannot ignore the time it took for someone to get there. Few people get there very soon, few people take a lot of time. There's going to be one whole year of your course, you doing your assignments, managing your university, looking for part-time jobs, doing all kinds of odd jobs to pay your bills, you having to work very hard to bring food to the table, you have to cook your own meals, you have to do your own chores, and it is going to take you a while to get there to start making money. So assuming that going abroad and doing your masters is instantly going to transform your life is a huge myth. Which brings me to the third point, assuming that your life is going to be easy abroad. Like I mentioned, bringing food to the table, doing your own chores, managing assignments and your college, and doing all sorts of odd jobs is no joke. I also think that back in India, or anybody for that matter, whoever is coming to another country, I think we're all used to living an extremely privileged life back in India. Everything is at the tip of our fingers. Maybe not for everybody, but for most of them who are aiming to come to another country. If you're ready to face these challenges without feeling homesick or can cope from the homesickness through this process, is when you should go ahead and take this step. Because if you think that life abroad is going to be easier than what it is in India, then it's a misconception. Now let's get to all the right reasons one must do their masters abroad. Number one would be, if you genuinely hit a plateau in your career and you're unable to move to the next step because of not having a degree, is when you should opt for doing your masters abroad. Now, you might come across a lot of job descriptions on LinkedIn that have a basic requirement that says having a master's degree or equivalent. So, if you've done your bachelor's and you have been in the professional industry for quite a few years, if you're trying to apply for a senior role and you're getting rejected, or the basic requirement is non-negotiable, that is when I think you should go ahead and pick doing your master's abroad. If it's available in India, then nothing like it. But if it's not, then please go ahead and apply for your courses abroad, because that is the only way out. So if that's the only way out, then great. I'm also saying this because I receive a lot of queries. Just to give you another example, recently someone reached out to me and they said that they have 7 years of experience in a particular industry, excluding the initial years of their life where they might have done some odd jobs. They have 7 years experience in a particular industry, and he asked me if I would recommend him to do his masters abroad. My answer to that would be, if you're looking for upskilling, then you might as well find a course online and do the course and then upskill, or switch jobs to increase your financial income. But doing a master's abroad would mean that you're causing a 1 year gap between one job and another, and there's no guarantee that you're going to land on a job immediately after your course. So if the reason behind doing masters is upskilling because you have no other option, then please go ahead for it. But if that's not the reason, then I wouldn't recommend it. The second right reason would be specializing in your niche. Now, just to give you an example, if I have been in a marketing job right after my graduation, I started off as an associate, then become an executive, then a manager, and over the past few years, I have kind of gathered a lot of work experience in this field. But now I'm looking to specialize. I'm not looking to learn on the job, but I would like to actually theoretically sit in a class and learn from experts. That would be another right reason. Now, this reason is specifically for people who are stable when it comes to their career. Their financial stability is also not too bad, and they're okay to take that 1 year gap and take that in-class experience where they're meeting like-minded people or professionals from different countries who have worked in the same field for quite a few years. Sitting with these people in a classroom, learning from the best, working on assignments with these people in group projects is going to be extremely enriching. This brings me to my third right reason of doing your masters abroad, which is career prospects. Now, if you've been in the professional space for quite a few years, and like I said earlier, if you've hit a plateau and you've come to know that your particular skill has really high demand in another country and you're unable to secure a job directly by sitting in India, if you're applying for jobs in that country, you're unable to secure it, or you're not you're failing to get those internal transfers to another country. This is the reason why you would want to take that leap of faith, invest some money in a course, and then do your masters abroad, so that once the course is complete, you have a degree, you have the experience, you have that skill set, and there's also demand for you in that country. Just to give you an example, there is high demand for people from the medical space here in Ireland, like nurses, doctors. And if you're someone who knows that I'm only going to make this much money if I continue working in my country, I will not be able to reach my goals very fast, but there's a demand for this in Ireland, so I might as well do something and work my way up there. That is a right reason. So if you're someone who knows that you'll get paid better in another country for your skill because there is a skill shortage there, that's when you might want to go ahead and invest that money for your masters. I hope this video was helpful. The sole intention here again is to lay it out all for you so that you know if your reason is the right reason or not. You don't want to burn money, you don't want to waste time. There is no way where one can go back and rewrite their choices when it comes to aligning their career path. So I hope that you guys make an informed decision. Everyone who's interested to do their masters abroad, it's not fun and games, it's really serious business. As much as it seems very easy initially, few years down the line you might think that I wish I could go back and do this differently. To avoid all of this is why it's very important to do your own research, assess where you stand in life. Do not compare yourself with your contemporaries or your friends. You do you. Make your own choices by doing your own research. If I can be of any help to you, then please feel free to reach out to me. I recently started a separate Instagram page called Alive to Tell a Tale. You can reach out to me there. Otherwise, if you want to follow me for my personal updates, then Sharmishta09 is my Instagram handle. You can follow me there. As I mentioned earlier in the video, if you require any assistance with your visa applications, if you're someone who's already given your IELTS and is looking to come to Ireland or UK in the upcoming intakes, then feel free to go down and fill the form and someone from my team will get in touch with you. I am going to continue this series and going to put out all the information possible, a very information packed series coming up. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, see you. Bye bye.